Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Lucy Francesca Dron.
Cool. We're going to start with a icebreaker question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite ugly song?
Ooh, favorite ugly song. I didn't even think about that. That is hard. Ugly song. Okay, what comes to mind is this artist called The Microphones, and he also goes by Phil Elverum, but his project was The Microphones. And he has this song called The Glow Part 2. Okay. And to me it's beautiful, but it's beautiful because it's so raw and crazy and it's like you're going through his nightmares. So The Glow Part 2 by The Microphones.
Cool.
I would say. I only ask you to tell me.
And did you have any moments, aside from realizing this ugly song is actually quite beautiful, that changed your life in terms of music? Was it maybe where you started your journey in music or along the way?
Yeah, I've had so many pivotal moments that different stages. The first one where music changed my life was I heard Reptilia by The Strokes, this riff. My brother was playing it, and it was the first time I felt something from music, and I was so touched. And then from then on, I was just obsessed with music. And then another one was actually The Microphones as well, his whole album. And then, yeah, I've had multiple ones. And then Hiatus Coyote, which is an Australian Melbourne band, they also did that. Yeah, there's heaps of different moments, and each time it kind of evolves me as a musician, I feel.
Yeah, that's cool. Something different in different parts of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I don't mean to pry.
In your particular journey as a musician, how did you get started, physically playing or singing or songwriting?
So my family are all musicians, but classical musicians. So I played cello since I was 6. And that was when I properly started. And I was in all the orchestras and stuff until I was maybe 14. And I just wanted to go away from the classical stuff and do rock and roll.
Cool.
And so then I started playing guitar and learning a lot of covers and yeah.
And that made you go her way.
Okay, so are you more of an instrumentalist, or how much is songwriting a part of your craft?
Well, it started like that, but then when I started songwriting, I was maybe 16, and it began from falling in love and real experiences I was having, and I had nowhere to go for it. And so then that was when I first started writing music. And so now it's songwriting is the biggest part of it. I'm always writing stuff. But I still also am pretty perfectionist with vocals and guitar, and like to be as good as I can with that.
Hold on just a little more. They say to me.
Do you have a favorite instrument to perform?
Guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, which kind of guitar?
I mean, yeah, do you have something that you kind of either find a comfort for or really like to take to the stage?
Well, yeah, I usually I always play with guitar and singing. So yeah, electric guitar.
Okay, cool. I know some artists name their instruments. Are you?
Yes.
Was it yes?
My one's called Neptune.
No.
And unfortunately, I couldn't bring, because I'm from Australia and I moved here, and they were going to charge me $800 to bring her. And so my mom had to take it back, but my parents are coming in December and they'll bring Neptune so I can reconnect with her.
Cool. Okay, so we have a miscellaneous substitute for...
Yeah, I've just been using a friend's guitar.
Yeah.
Which isn't the same.
The same.
Yeah.
Do you think acoustically, do you just play acoustic or other methods?
Well, usually I play when you say acoustic, do you mean actual acoustic guitar or just solo?
So acoustically, maybe it's the ignorance of me, but for authentically just with the music and no messing with the sound that comes out of that.
Right. Yeah, no, I always play, I always write with my guitar and singing, but in Australia, I had a band backing me and everything. And so that's usually how I intend the songs to be eventually, with a band. But I do both, really. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I haven't found the members for that in Berlin yet.
Finding things that control me.
Have you explored the local music scene in Berlin, and how do you find it if you have?
Yeah. Well, I joined a band as a guitarist, so that was a good in for that. But if I'm being honest, I haven't, because we've been touring a bit, so I haven't had a lot of time to properly explore the music scene here. But now that I've settled a bit, I finally got a long-term apartment, I'm like, that's my next thing. Yeah, I want to start going.
Wow. Yeah. I'm going to take notes afterwards.
Yeah.
Did I win your flame when I say
And in terms of where you see your music now, you said you just joined a band here in Berlin. What do you think is the difference between here and Australia for the music community?
Well, I felt like a big reason why I moved was a lot of festivals were shutting down in Australia, and my favorite venues were shutting down because in general it felt, at least, like there wasn't much of a interest in live music anymore. Especially since COVID, it felt like people weren't really going out to support it as much. So because of that, venues were having to shut down because they weren't making enough money. And so I just felt like there wasn't enough going on. Maybe I was from Brisbane, so it was maybe mainly just in Brisbane. I know it's not all over Australia, but here it's there's stuff everywhere, and there's way more of an open mind to all sorts of artists and people and forms of expression, where I at least felt where I was in Brisbane, there was kind of one thing, and if you stepped out of that, people weren't as, I don't know, it wasn't received as well, maybe.
Yeah.
And here, the weirder the better, I think.
Yeah.
Or just, yeah.
As a performer yourself, is there anything you want to do in music in Berlin?
Well, yeah, I want to keep doing, I want to find members for my project and keep playing in that. But something I am potentially doing is some cabaret, which will be different in a few weeks. I might be, performing a little, just one song at this event. So I'd be keen to do that, and just more, I don't know, I love doing all sorts of stuff, but I want to explore, using my voice as a jazz singer, doing jazz stuff, cabaret, all that kind of thing. I'd want to get into that as well. But I do want to stick to my solo project as well and get that off its feet here. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, I think cabaret is funny. It's come to my attention lately, something that has probably always been around me, but now I see flyers everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's out of my comfort zone, so I'd like to try it.
Yeah. And a supportive audience, I think, as well. I've never been to a cabaret where someone's booed.
Yeah.
Artist.
Totally.
hold on to your dreams.
How was your first gig? Was there anything you learnt from performing live, and then, or maybe another gig that was after that, but particularly the first one?
First gig ever.
Yeah.
I think something that I still do and did on my first gig was I just go into my own world, and it's almost like I'm dissociated. But I think with that, it creates a stage presence. And it's my way of because if I focus too much on the audience or what's going on, I will kind of get out of, I just get too in my head. So I think that's something I did ever since I started performing, was just allowed myself to go completely into my own world. And I think that's a good thing. But in a way, I'm also learning how to interact with the crowd more, but still stay in that world, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a weird balance.
Yeah.
Still, getting the gist of.
Yeah. Do you think there's one thing in particular you're working on with yourself as a performer?
I think something I struggle with sometimes is being too having how well or I feel a gig goes depend on how the energy I got from the audience. Sometimes if it feels off, I will just find it really hard to perform well, which is what I was saying. It's I almost have to dissociate a bit, or else I get too affected by the crowd's energy. And I think being a good performer means that you like will just always perform as best as you can, even if the audience is just like not responding. That's something I struggle with, because afterwards, if I play a show where I feel like it was dead, am so upset.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah.
Can't be like that all the time.
You defy our thoughts.
Who do you think your best audiences are? Like, where do you feel most comfortable?
Well, when I played in Australia, I kind of built a bit of a thing going like there. And yeah, when I would play to it doesn't have to be a big crowd, but a crowd where I know they know my music and they're loving it and like singing and they're really responsive. That to me is like my favorite kind of show, because you can just feed off it, and it is amazing.
Yeah. And would you say that's like why you do it? What is the why behind you performing?
It's something I go around about in my head sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, do I want this kind of thing? But I guess it's because it's something I always come back to. Like for me, I feel like it's the only thing I'm like good at, or like, I don't know. It's just my passion, and I don't really know why. It's just since I was a kid, I always wanted to perform and knew I wanted to do music. And I guess it's just like, I don't really have any other option. I just keep coming back to it, kind of thing, even when it gets really difficult to continue.
Maybe there we burn. Maybe there will be one.
For you in the next phase of music, what can we expect to see?
Well, hopefully I'll play more in Berlin, and we'll play at this show on December 6th, which will be amazing.
Yay.
And I do want to release more music, but I need to get all my stuff together before that happens. But hopefully more music and just shows.
So I will just say you touched her and I'm bleeding. I can't.
You said you have a band. Are you like very close with them, or is it like I don't know how it works really, like professional more? So
With the band I joined here, no, we're really close, but it's also very professional. Like they take it very seriously. And I'm learning a lot from them, because usually I think in my previous projects it was more just fun, but they take it very seriously.
And it was always you.
okay. So in a band, what is your pivotal role? Do you think specifically you?
For this band that I've joined.
If you were in a band, what would you expect from yourself as your role?
I mean, I would expect that I'm performing the best I can, writing music, and we actually had this chat recently with the band I joined. They're called Dusk Saffron. We're all like assigning roles to each other, like besides the playing and everything, what we can do to like further it. And they've kind of put me in the networking role, which I don't even know if I'm good at, but that's one they've given to me.
Yeah.
But I also want to I'm not the best with all of that behind the scenes stuff. Like I'm more just creative. I just like doing the creative side. So I don't know.
There is pressure that I build myself coming out of my head.
If you were a plant or a tree, which one would you be, and where would you plant yourself?
Tree. Oh my gosh. I feel like fig tree comes to me because at my home and where I wrote a lot of my songs, I would write them under this fig tree all the time. So I feel that. And I'd probably plant it in my house in Australia. I don't know.
Gorgeous. No, I love it. And you would always have a meal, no?
What? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time. I feel like we learned a bit about you in a short little time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you live for the first time.
Thank you so much.